Democratic leaders need to worry about more than just Manchin, Sinema on spending plan, Reporter's Notebook. Lots of other lawmakers who need to be on board if congressional Democrats are going to pull this off. Let's call them the others. If Democrats are going to pass their $3.5 trillion social spending plan and even the bipartisan infrastructure bill, they likely need to worry about Democrats who are not Sens. Joe Manchin, D-W.V, and Kyrsten Sinema, D-Ariz. The famous 1-2 punch of Manchin and Sinema are now the peanut butter and jelly of the Capitol Hill vernacular. They just naturally go together. You can't have one without the other. But there are lots of other combinations of lawmakers who congressional Democratic leaders need to be on board if they are going to pull this off. The phenomenon of the others was on full display last week as the House Ways and Means Committee finished a marathon, 4-day session to prepare the tax portion of the mammoth bill. Republic. Stephanie Murphy, DFLA, is a member of that panel and leader of the Blue Dogs, a coalition of moderate Democrats who are fiscally conscious. Murphy voted against the Ways and Means Committee advancing the overall plan. I strongly support numerous provisions, said Murphy about the bill after the committee finished its work. But Murphy added that her nay vote hinged on spending and tax provisions that give me pause. Murphy did leave a bit of wiggle room to perhaps vote yes later if the final product is appropriately targeted and fiscally responsible, paid for by tax provisions that promote fairness. Republic. Tom Suozzi, D-N.Y, represents parts of Queens and Long Island. He also expressed reservations about the Ways and Means Committee adopting the package without addressing something which hits high-tax states, the so-called SALT reduction. The 2017 GOP tax cut law actually nixed a deduction of state and local taxes, or SALT, for places like New York, New Jersey, California and Illinois. It's believed that House Democratic leaders may aim to restore the deduction via an amendment as the plan goes to the floor. But nothing is complete yet. So, Suozzi has been peppering the Democratic brain trust about SALT for months. No SALT, no deal, said Suozzi. I am confident that the final reconciliation package will include a SALT fix. In a letter to fellow Democrats, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi DeCarliff told her members the House was on schedule to deliver the agenda. Democrats are already making good on a concession to moderate Democrats to call a vote on the bipartisan infrastructure package the week after next. On the 27th of September, pursuant to the rule passed in August, the House will consider the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, wrote House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, DMD, to his colleagues. Moderates insisted on a date certain for the infrastructure bill. They got it. Now liberals are starting to chirp that the center of the Democratic caucus scored what it wanted but not the left. Don't forget that progressives wanted to spend $6 trillion on social programs. And the proposed Medicare expansion of hearing, vision and dental care were sliced from what many left-wing members wanted. So, moderate Democrats just don't comprise the cohort of the others who Democratic leaders need to worry about. Progressives could balk as well. It doesn't take much to have precisely the right mixture of members from both wings of the Democratic caucus to torch both the infrastructure bill and the social spending plan. Believe it or not, Republicans also have their own assemblage of the others which could cause a problem for Democrats, too. A group of House Republicans are willing to support the bipartisan infrastructure bill. But as colleagues Tyler Olson and Jackie Heinrich report, Problem Solvers caucus members and Reps. Dusty Johnson, RS.D, and Brian Fitzpatrick, RPen, have both indicated the infrastructure pact could disintegrate if there's a delay in voting or if it is somehow linked to the bigger social spending package. Here is the biggest problem facing congressional leaders. We have mentioned a cohort of others who we know about. More members could express their concerns, too. They just haven't done so because the legislative negotiations aren't done yet. The 2001 Nicole Kidman film The Others was about ghosts her character encountered in a house on an island in the English Channel. On Capitol Hill, there are plenty of others to worry about besides Manchin, Sinema and the rest of the dramatis personae listed here. Some of those lawmakers who could object are ghosts for now, too. But we'll soon know who they are as the House and Senate try to advance these big bills in the coming weeks.